Item over here, okay?
Do you have, Diane, was there any other bills or any of the?
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Shelley didn't tell me about
Okay.
anything other than the minutes.
I see it, this, yesterday she
And
told me.
we don't have minutes?
I look for them, we don't have minutes. so.
She didn't provide the minutes?
She emailed them to me today, I asked her for them, but.
Oh, let me
here,
take a
just-
I
look.
think you have the minutes right
I
here.
think we do too.
All right, would you want to read it?
I'm gonna send it to her.
We have the minutes,
Okay.
okay? See what happened when they rushed the chairman? The young people here don't understand.
We didn't rush, we just wanted to keep on schedule,
All right,
Gina.
I'm in schedule right now, 7 o'clock, look at that. I'm still fast. Okay, discussion.
You done, Gina?
Almost.
Betty, Aaron, you said that Shelley had sent the minutes out, must have been late.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I never. John live on, does he live on Gray Farm too?
Yeah.
He does. I lived off of Howard.
No, he's not in Great Falls.
Everybody sign in?
Did you sign this one?
So while we wait on our esteemed chairman, I did have one change on page 5.
Yeah.
It's not outside the realm of possibility. I said it backwards, where in the paragraph in the middle it said, Mr. Mitchell said that with the Presby, he was comfortable with the 3 foot rather than the 3 feet rather than the 2 feet.
Oh, it should have been 2 feet.
Should 2 feet rather than 3 foot.
Okay.
Again, I could have said it wrong, but the intention was I'm comfortable with the 2 rather than the 3.
Yeah, I tried to get it from the
You
recording.
more than possible you get it right, but
I'll tell you, you listen to that recording a number of times to try to get. So which page was it? Page 5?
page 5, and it's just switch the comfortable with the 2 rather than the 3 feet.
Okay. It was a long meeting.
Like I said, I could have said it wrong. That's
Generally, what happens is that we get the minutes of the meetings before we get here, so it doesn't take so long. But she did, if Shelley can't get to them, we try to process them that night.
This is the zoning meeting, right?
No, this is Board of Health.
This is Board of Health.
Yep.
Is there a zoning meeting tonight?
I don't know, do you know?
There's a finance committee, but I'm not sure if it's,
I just Board of Health, okay. I guess we're in the right place.
Sometimes
what
we
do
think
you,
we're the zoning board.
what are you in for? What,
26 Gray Farm Road?
Yep,
26, okay. Yeah, you're on the right place.
wrong board, right meeting. So,
Yeah, I'm almost done. Don't kick. I like my kid.
Hmm. Well, you folks are you the owners of the prop?
Yeah.
The
The
neighbors?
owner actually asked me if I would be here to answer any questions.
Oh, okay.
I'm the contractor.
Okay,
Did you make the correction on number 5?
I did. We took
This
care
is
of
on
it.
the letter.
Oh, on the letter,
Yeah.
Okay,
not on the, no, not on the minutes? Nope. Okay.
Done? All right, I'll make a motion to approve
I
the
don't
minutes.
know, I don't know if Aaron's done. Aaron,
Yeah,
you-
I'm done.
Oh, that-
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of March 21st, 2017.
second, as amended.
As amended, as
As
amended.
Is
amended.
amended, all in favor?
Aye.
Seconded,
I know you did. All in favor, I said?
aye.
Aye.
I didn't hear that. You guys are gonna give me a hard time tonight. I'm trying to be nice. I even brought you water. All right.
Board member reports,
Yeah, I have a quick one. We had a neighbor last time who asked about Halloran Farm and what the status was relative to DEP. And if you remember, the issue had been that their compost piles were within 250 feet of private wells, and I said I'd follow up with both Jim and DEP. I contacted DEP, who said, here, we made them do an engineered plan, and here's where the lines are. And I said, okay, and they sent me a plan. I said, okay, that's great. Did they move the piles? And they said, oh, we don't know. So they never went back and actually
Jim-
changed to see if they,
Jim says
Jim
it.
did.
well, let me finish. So I
Okay.
called Jim, and Jim and I talked, and Jim went up and checked it. They've moved all the piles, and they're outside of the 250 foot, except for the rental property owned by Mr. Halloran. So I will notify DEP of that. It's not our reg, but as far as the neighbors here, their wells are outside of 250 feet from the
What do you
piles.
mean by the rental property?
So there are 3 wells on that property, 2 of them along Colonial Drive, and then
Yeah.
there's a house in the back that Rich owns. and he
Right.
Rents it out. That has a private well too.
Right.
That well is within 250 feet of those compost piles.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will notify DEP of that. It's not our regulation.
How close are they, do you know?
He said, well, I think he said 150 feet. So they're pretty close. So the neighbors who are here, they're fine, but that property of the house on the property, that well is not. So,
I forgot about that, because they didn't bring the water until they did the development out
well, and
back.
it is in the lines. I mean, DEP had him have an engineered, a surveyor come out, and he knew about it. So he hasn't applied with DEP. It's DEP's issue. I'll bring that to their attention if Jim hasn't already. But
I'm sure. I'm sure Jimmy-
as far as Nicole and those folks, I don't know if Shelley wants to send them an email or she wants Gino or somebody to reach out, but we should tell the neighbors the result of that, because we said we'd do that.
Now, just to be clear, you said that the piles are beyond 150 feet.
250.
So for the wells, for the property, for the houses on Colonial Drive,
Yeah,
the piles are more than 250 feet away and
Okay.
comply with DEP regs. For the house that's on the property itself, it's not in compliant with DEP regulations.
okay.
So 370 Harwood is not on the agenda tonight.
No.
Are we gonna talk
This is-
about it now?
Board member reports.
Board member
I'm reporting
reports.
back from
Oh,
From the
an
last
okay.
activity
But
we
we all-
discussed at the last meeting.
Okay, so we're gonna discuss the order also, right now?
No,
When are we gonna do that?
I'm gonna get in touch with Mr. Allen, okay, tomorrow.
Well, why aren't we discussing the order? Because we have a draft
We're
order.
not discussing any order now.
We have a
There is
draft
my
order here.
There is no, okay, forget about the order, just leave it alone. Jimmy went to see it, you got the report from Brad, that is enough.
Okay, I'd just like to say that we made a decision last time to issue an order. We have a draft order in front of us,
Jimmy
and we
said
should be
no.
talking about it.
Mr. Graffi,
No, he didn't say no.
No, he did not say no, Gino.
No, he did not.
according to Shelley, she said.
And I think we
this
need to have a
regard-
discussion on this.
No, Jim drafted, so I'll do a board member report on that, because I
Alright.
followed up with Jim and asked him to write an order.
And what
He
Jimmy
wrote
said.
one,
Yeah. what
and we
did-
voted on issuing one at the last meeting.
And
Yeah.
Shelley, when I went to sign it, she says not to
we
worry.
didn't vote on the one he wrote.
No, but we voted to issue an order. So this should be on the, if it's not on the agenda, I understand we can't discuss it today.
Right.
It should be on the agenda for the next time, Mr. Chairman.
That's right,
And-
for
and I-
next time, and not for now.
I'd like to also say that last time we had a big complaint from a resident who's been in here a few times, and not putting it on the agenda this time is just, supporting what she was saying, that we're not responding.
It's
Especially
not-
since we voted on it, because we voted to do it.
Well, it is a relatively short period of time, so I'm okay with it being on the
That's-
next agenda, Gino. But
That's a
we
good
did vote
point.
to do an
Yeah.
order, so it should be on on the upcoming agenda.
Mr. Jimmy said it was okay, okay.
I did have I had a bunch of edits on the text. Should I send it to him? To Jim?
I
To the
said
health agent?
You can if you want, he
Okay.
generally does his own thing.
He does his own thing, okay? So if you wanna talk
But
to
you can send
Shelley
it to him.
tomorrow.
I mean, I sent him
Yeah.
edits as well, so I'm sure he takes them.
Thank you.
Right,
Yeah,
Next.
one of the things that just wanted to mention, Brad, when we were talking about doing deed restrictions and stuff,
right.
and on the new development down, which was in Jerky's, I don't even know what they call the development is. But Brad had mentioned a little bit about it being good that the contractors actually do the work in the basement, rather than later on having the homeowner try to do it themselves. It's a good time to do it, and I think made a very good point on that about if they're gonna do it when the contractor's there, because he's gonna have all the permits, everything's
Right,
gonna
right, right.
be up to standards and everything, so.
Who is Brad?
Me,
Brad.
Brad.
yes.
I thought you were talking about another Brad, I'm
No.
sorry. Sorry about that.
Well, we could talk about other brands, I
Okay.
suppose.
The other Brad.
So I'm all set with
Okay, we are open, I mean,
the discussion.
61, yeah, 61 Gilson, anybody here?
I was here last week,
You're correct.
presenting a business space above a garage expansion. There was I was confused, I guess, about what Mr. Gareffi told me, and I spoke to him, and I showed him a narrative of the proposed use of the space, and he accepted it, and he said he was gonna write a memo to
What?
you,
Okay.
and,
And he supports it. He said, I don't have a problem, a bunch of preamble stuff. I don't have a problem with the construction. You can sit, Bartlett. This is
Sit down.
pretty informal. I don't have a problem with the construction of the space with the following conditions. The owner will be the only employee working on site and lives at the property, which I think you basically said you did
Said.
last time. The owner is not allowed to have employees on site other than to obtain assignments, which I think was something he also said. Customers will order products from shows or by the internet. No showroom is allowed on site. That,
But there may be pickups.
okay, I think that's fine as long.
Yeah,
No idea is they're not gonna be hanging out and using the bathroom, I think is the general concept here. The house is restricted to the number of bedrooms permitted by the existing sewage disposal permit. I think you had plenty of room, 4-bedroom.
Yep.
And the construction is not considered to increase the sewage flow to the site, but the use is allowed as a home office in accordance with Title V. So Jim, with those conditions, supports this, as do I.
Okay?
all right.
So do we need to vote on something? How is this worded here that we,
Well, maybe you can make a motion, because according to Jimmy, it seems like he has no problem.
It's discussion, but rather
Yeah.
than risk having to drag folks back here one more time, I'd suggest we just make a motion and formalize it.
you get a, we should give him a copy too of the,
Of the conditions?
The
Yes,
conditions,
Please, I was gonna
yeah.
ask if,
so that,
thank you, sir.
well,
Entertain a motion?
I'm gonna try a motion. I make a motion that for 61 Gilson Road, we accept the proposal of a construction of space above the garage for our home business with the 5 restrictions, or I should say the
Conditions?
conditions as stated in the memo from Jim Gareffi of 3/28/17. I don't know if that covers that, but,
It does, sure.
okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
All right. But I don't know if is the room open, we can grab a copy, or you wanna come in tomorrow, or?
I just
I
gave
can
him
come
a
in.
copy.
Oh, you got a copy?
I just gave him
Too
mine.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's done. All right,
You take care.
Good luck.
thank you, sir.
Sorry about the confusion last time, just things weren't lining up for us on that one, so. All right, Gino, we got you almost back on time. You're only 3 minutes behind now.
Yeah, well, you're in trouble, in trouble, because we discussed, we talked to him. Okay, now, let me see. Open a meeting for discussion on 9 Ipswich Drive. Anybody here from,
Steve, run up.
Good evening.
Sorry, can I get your name?
Sure, it's Steve, and the last name is Batista, Battista.
Thank you.
Batista?
Yes, Batista. I recently applied for a building permit to finish a space in my basement, and it was rejected for several reasons, actually, but I spoke to Roland and Shelley, and most of the issues are resolvable, but one of the issues is that my home is at the maximum number of rooms for my Title V at 7, and this would be an 8th space. So they suggested I could come and try for a deed restriction, and Peter lives a couple houses down. I talked to him as well. I thought it was worth a shot. So I'm here to ask for your consideration for a deed restriction to use that space as a play space or kind of bonus romp room or something like that for the kids.
So you have a 4-bedroom system now, or how many bedrooms?
A 3-bedroom
And
system.
how many bedrooms are in the house absent this space? How many rooms are in the house absent this space?
7.
7. So,
So he's max, but I went over and actually looked at Steve's basement, and again, you walk down the stairs, you're walking right into the room, and there's also a glass door on one of the walls going to the outside, so it, again, would never fit the definition of a bedroom, so I have no problem
I did bring pictures and things if you'd like.
Yeah.
or-
This seems very similar to the next one at Gray Farm Road, and I think what Jim's basically suggested is we adopt a general policy we could put in place, and Jim could, you know,
Well,
apply that.
I had mentioned to Shelley about that, so that you could have, you know, write in what you're gonna do, because sometimes we have attics too.
Right.
You know, that
Yeah.
you're doing a deed restriction for the basement.
Well, Jim's given us a proposed policy.
Yeah, I know it. He didn't quite understand exactly what he,
Yeah, I think with the proposed policy, just because we haven't had a chance to consider it, I'd like a little bit of time to think
Okay.
about it before we approve it.
So
And I
let's
don't
put
have a
off the
prob-
policy, but I think we can deal with
Oh,
these on
yeah,
a case-by-case absent
absolutely.
the policy now. So there's a basement, Peter, I believe one of the issues, so let's deal with Gino, perhaps we can put off the policy discussion to the next meeting right after the order?
I think we do that.
Okay.
we generally do these on a kind of a routine basis.
Yeah.
And you only have, what, one child, right?
Two.
Two. I don't count very good. I guess I got a spy
One's
better.
really little, you can miss him easily.
Yeah, but he's got caught in a very small lot. You know, it's those three things right all together, the houses all together right
Across
there.
from you, yeah.
Yeah. So,
But it seems, from our discussion last time about, Chandra, I'm not even gonna try to do your last name, so I'm gonna call you by your first name, I apologize. I know some Tamil, but not last name. Anyway, but I mean, I think one of the discussions we had last time is one of the issues was would the new space have privacy? And maybe you could address that for us. You've seen it, but, I mean, is this, the likelihood of this being used as a bedroom would seem,
It wouldn't be used as a bedroom. It's, it has a, the house that's behind me, you can see sort of in through the slider where, like, the main area, it's about 330 square feet, and it's almost the whole space is visible from the window and the slider.
so no closets or anything?
I wanted to section off around the utilities, so I don't know if that would be considered a closet, but
yeah.
So Peter, you've seen it, you're fairly
Yeah,
comfortable with this?
no, I'm comfortable with it. It's,
I'm fine with it as you describe it.
I am too.
oh, thank you very much.
so I make a motion we allow for the deed restriction for 9 Ipswich. Come in and see Shelley,
Make it a
and
thing.
she'll take you through the process,
Okay, thank you very much.
how to do it.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
As you know, that gets filed at the
Aye.
courts and all that.
Okay, I'll come and see her.
Everybody else has
That
to-
stays with that house for forever and ever. It's okay. But she'll, I don't know whether they got some forms, that's what we're working on, that's what we were talking about earlier, trying to get a universal form here.
Well, also a universal policy. If we had a
Yeah.
policy along this line, people wouldn't have to come in and, second night you've been here, right? And as we talked before, is having something that allows this with some oversight for electrical and things. is
Well, I
probably
think
an
it's
overall
good
benefit.
to have the people come in and you can ask, to make sure what's going on and, that.
But I know sometimes it just say no, and that just pushes people into doing illegal.
Motion was
things.
made, second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Take care, Steve.
You too, Peter.
All right. Open the meeting of discussion. 26 Gray, Gary wrote.
Ray, they've got a.
Gray, she got it wrong, it's not Gary, it's Gray.
Did I say Gary?
Well, she wrote.
No,
She wrote
You said
Gary.
both, Gino, just
You
to cover
said Gray.
yourself.
I say Gray, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm convinced. That could be,
Hey, Dodd.
Good, how are you? Okay,
Same thing, right?
yeah, it's about the same
you got the
situation.
same problem, huh?
Correct. Well, it's not a problem, but we have 4 bedrooms, a family of 4, and no, I meant the max limit for the number of rooms.
Right.
So in the basement, I wanted to have a section which we could use as a media room, and then have the L-shaped area for kids to run around and play and all that. So that's the only idea.
Entertainment room, another,
Correct,
no
yeah.
bedroom.
No bedroom.
No bedroom.
No.
There's a windows in the cellar?
There are windows,
Yeah.
yes.
We have a door?
There's ventilation windows.
Ventilation, yes. Okay.
And there is an egress door.
Okay,
There's a
Building
bulkhead.
code's gonna require some windows.
Yeah.
good. All right, the board has any,
Can I see a plan just a second? Just take a quick look,
Thank you.
if you wouldn't mind. So this is the proposed family room here, huh?
Yeah, I can go.
next time you can make copies. So
Yeah.
we all have a-
Sure, yeah,
Why don't you
okay.
come back?
We'll do that, yeah.
Okay, there's your bulkhead coming down in, so there's no privacy.
There's a stairway is here,
Stairways
Stairway,
here.
that's in a separate.
This is
room.
not, this is just measurements that are
So what's
required
it,
by
this
the
is a
building
wall?
code.
Yep,
Um,
and a door?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's gonna be a
Yes,
wall
So
here
Privacy from the doorway,
and a wall here.
from the stairway.
Yeah.
No, the stairway comes right into the family room, right?
Yes.
That
See-
kinda cuts down on your privacy
Well,
as well.
that's this here too, when you
Right.
got access
So
through.
that family room doesn't have a lot of privacy.
Right. This is a wall, and this is all
That's
mechanical.
Mechanical.
So that's
Yeah.
unfinished.
Yeah.
So we are creating a bathroom, but there really isn't a bedroom. There's no closets.
Mm.
No, there's an electrical closet we're gonna create over here.
This isn't geared towards you, but it's easy to frame up a closet. We do need to keep that in mind. I don't have a problem with this, but for future, I mean, you can show no closet and you can build one in about 4 hours, you know, and finish it. I'm not accusing you of that. I still think support this, but for the board's purpose, we should be considering it. The lack of a closet doesn't mean there'll never be a closet.
The one thing that I can bring a little insight to you is I do these all the time. And a lot of times we'll go into a house and the homeowners will start doing this type of stuff themselves. They'll paint the floors. Their kids are down in the basements and they're running around, they're playing on their cars, you know, their tricycles or whatever. And the biggest thing that I see is there's no ceilings. So they're exposed to insulation. And under building code, the insulation does not have to be covered. So when we do a finished space, we're gonna cover the insulation, so it's gonna make the house is gonna be safer, it's gonna be better fire code than it currently is, because right now the basement's wide open, and if there were ever a fire in the mechanical room space, it goes right up into the floors. So when you're looking at these things, you can, you know, just something for you to consider. Whenever you finish a basement off in a house, it makes it a lot better fire code. It's gonna have smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, because it
Well,
has to.
that's exactly what the point Brad made earlier on the last one, is that when you get a professional contractor and they're gonna do that, as opposed
You're
to
pulling a permit versus
Homeowner.
somebody.
Exactly, right,
Trying to-
exactly.
trying to do something.
I'm more worried about electrical than I am about your mother-in-law spending a couple months meeting
Yeah.
in your media room, so.
Mm.
You may not be.
So I will make a motion that we accept the request for variance for 26 Gray Farm Road.
Second.
You wanna make sure there's a deed restriction on there too?
Oh, a deed, yeah. We need, well, that's the request, to use a deed restriction, I should say, for 26 Gray Farm Road.
Mr. Yap, did I make any comment when I do something wrong? You two come right after me. Entertain a second?
I'll second it. I prematurely
All
seconded
in
it.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry about that. Good luck.
You
thank
gentlemen.
you, appreciate it.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Good luck.
Gee, don't get caught up. You got 2 minutes ahead, actually.
Now you're gonna tweet. All right, close the meeting and also we open on 237 Sayhana Way Road. Am I correct, Mr. Yap?
One, Mr.
Sahawa,
Fataloni.
whatever.
When,
It's an Indian in me, right?
when was this continued
Native
from?
American.
I'm not in India, so forgive me, right?
Thank you.
That's right, Joe.
You got
so-
snowed out, and then you reconvened when I wasn't around.
Oh, about time. About time. Got after him for,
My daughter did this floor plan,
did she really?
and it's actually accurate.
Holy smoke.
Isn't that good?
Where is the other?
Yeah, it looks like this. You need that one? I've already looked at it. Thanks. You have another,
Did you know Virginia Sprong?
Who?
Virginia Sprong, did you know
Yes.
her?
Of course you did.
Yes.
This is her house.
Oh. But for whatever reason, I was down, way down further, down by Sherry Gould's. I wasn't even looking. So this was, where is Virginia now? Did she?
She passed away.
She was 100 years old.
Passed away.
How did I miss that?
Actually, it was March,
How old was she?
100.
She was 100?
Yep, March 16th.
So young.
And still living in her house?
Yeah,
Mr. Yap,
what's that?
you behave that way, you can live longer.
Well, I can't die,
Yes.
I can't die young.
Relax, you don't
Too
make
old.
me
I'm too old to die young now, so.
So I'm Kirk Fitzpatrick with Civil Solution. I'm here on behalf of the Sprong property at 237 Tehadawon Road. And basically what we have before you is a proposed upgrade for the existing 4-bedroom dwelling. Right now, it's got a tank in the front yard and a leaching field over in the side yard here. This is all open lawn area. There's a series of trees across the front, and then it's wooded, and the street's way out at the front here. It's 5 acres. It's large enough so you can't actually get the street on the plan view, so I've added the house to the plot plan just to give you an idea how it's oriented to the road. It's serviced by town water, which comes in the front corner here, and also a gas line in that corner. The driveway comes up the edge of the lot line and then wraps into a garage on the end. So we've done 2 test holes in the front yard here. These were done last month, and the water table is extremely high. The water table is at 18 inches. So what we're proposing is to put in a new 1,500-gallon 2-compartment septic tank. It actually comes out of the house in 2 spots. It comes out of, actually I'll back up a little bit. This house has been added on to multiple times. It's over 100 feet long. It actually used to be the garage and then a small section. It was probably 20 or 25 feet. They added on to that, and then they added on additional, and then a little office space on the end here, office/bedroom. So it comes out, the original plumbing comes out of this corner near the water line, and then it also comes out where they added on these. There's a bathroom in that area, in the laundry room. So we're going to come out and feed a new 2-compartment septic tank, and that's going to lead down to a proposed Presby Enviro septic system that's going to be 52 feet long by 15.5 feet wide. Because the water table was so high, we were not able to run the perk on site. So we took a soil sample, sent it to the lab, came back with a class 2, so this is designed based on a perk rate of 30 minutes an inch. So basically, we're asking the board for a variance to reduce the groundwater offset from 4 feet to 3 feet, and to allow the use of the particle size analysis in place of the perk test.
Seems like Jimmy has no problem.
Jim says, I don't have with the background, I don't have a
The
problem
lot
because
is
the lot is large and served by
It's
town
served
water.
by town
Okay.
water.
I'm
So the-
surprised that the water
Yeah.
table was that high there. This is
It
kind
is
of, that's
the
a,
springs.
Yeah, that's a tough hill.
Springs coming down.
coming down from the hill.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened
Same
up
thing on my
further.
hill.
You got
Yeah,
5
all
acres.
of us
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, because I can see why he would be okay with it, just because of receptors, because there isn't really anything, because the lot's large. But if you've got the groundwater table at 24 inches,
Yes,
you've
I
got
have
the
it.
actual water table, and you're looking for a reduction in the space, I'm actually not that comfortable with that, because you're talking about, reducing the space between the bottom of the system and the water table, and it's so high. I mean, the reason it wouldn't perk is because it's already saturated. So
Right, but I mean, it's
not-
also, we did the testing in the springtime when the water table's at its highest.
And you got 2
But it is
feet.
gonna be up that high. No, I understand,
Yeah.
but do you see my point? Is that we're giving a reduction in the distance between the bottom of the system and the water table when you're dealing with a water table that is that high.
But we're also using a 3-foot offset. The code allows us to go to 2 feet. We're maintaining 3 feet, and then we're using the Presby, which allows for the 2
I'd
foot.
be less comfortable with it because of the reasons you mentioned if it weren't a Presby system. The Presby does.
So
Yeah,
it's-
I don't,
So it's actually not a, it's
I
not a,
understand what you're saying, but you're here to get a variance, so
it's
that-
actually not a variance for the groundwater offset from 4 feet to 3 feet. It's approval for the use of the Presby with a reduction in the groundwater offset from 4 feet to 3 feet.
So it's not a variance?
It's not local upgrade approval.
Where's the rest of the application?
Right here.
No, the application. Here.
You okay?
So the Presby
Sick, are you?
is, what's the
She's
standard
not contagious anymore.
offset for
Nice
the
to know.
Presby?
Oh, God, yeah.
The Presby allows you to go to 2 feet above the water table.
I know it allows with approval, right?
Yep.
What's the standard without an approval? I can look it up.
A conventional system requires a 4-foot
4 feet.
groundwater offset,
Is
but
it 4 feet for the
This
Presby?
is
But-
one
but
with a
it-
conventional system, I would agree with you.
But
But with the Presby, it basically
different.
operates within a shorter
Yeah.
elevation, I guess.
the Presby is considered an alternative type of system. It's got its own approval letter through Mass DEP that allows for the reduction of the groundwater offset
With approvals.
with approval from the board.
Yeah, and there's a
From
reason
4
for
feet
that.
to 3 feet. But
Right, but there's also a reason to use it, to try to keep the overall cost of a system down. I mean, the Presby has been tested to maintain that 2-foot offset.
Right, they wouldn't have put 4 foot in, they would have put 2 foot in if they thought it didn't need a
They wouldn't have
variance.
given it a 2-foot groundwater offset if they thought it needed a 4-foot at the state level.
Well, we're both right.
Well, I think the general idea is that with a conventional system, there's a 4-foot offset. And DEP has acknowledged that the Presby
Right.
system can work in a
Yeah.
shorter space, but also is still given the local approval, not necessarily because of science thing, but because we're a home rule state, we allow that. So we're given the option.
Yep.
But the background is that, yes, generally with a conventional system, you get 4 feet, but the Presby operates within a smaller, effectively within a smaller space. And DEP has deferred to locals to do that, but they've agreed with this.
Right.
Is that a good summation?
Yeah,
I
and
understand.
if we went to a 4-foot groundwater offset, this would actually become a pump system. Although the house sits high over the front yard, I mean, it's gonna get built up so much, it won't make it by gravity if you use a 4-foot offset, which would be another $5,000 on top of this.
And I'm not so much worried about cost design, that I think Fresbee's a better system for this spot.
Well, it is, it
It
got
works
away
more
from this
efficiently.
mound building that we were doing for,
I
10
don't like
years,
the mound
10.
building, you know,
yeah.
I agree with you, I understand, I just thought it was worth a discussion on this one because of the high groundwater. And I understand what you're saying, I understand that.
Okay,
But that's not the point that I'm trying to make, and I think you understand.
Yeah, no, I get it. We've got a high groundwater, and we're
Yeah.
asking for an offset from groundwater, and so it's a discussion, and I think when I weigh it, I look at the Presby and stuff, I'm comfortable with it. I wish it was low groundwater, but we can't fix
Do
that.
all
Yeah.
Presbys need approval, local approval? Isn't that by definition, if you use a Presby, you
I
have
think
to have?
early on they did, I don't think they
Not
do anymore.
I think it's
I
just
don't
for
know.
the difference in the offset, isn't it?
every town treats it differently.
I think
A lot
earlier,
of
when they were
towns-
still
I
new,
don't
there
know if we
was a
got
lot
it
of
in our
skepticism.
regs, though, I think we may, as an approval.
Right.
Some towns give you the 2-foot offset by right, because it's written in the Presby's DEP approval. The
I think
Shober
sometimes
interprets
for-
that we need to come to boards.
We're cautious when they first came out, because they hadn't been so widely used, and I think-
How many years have they been in use?
Since
It's
2006.
What was
Oh,
it?
really?
They've been approved in Mass since 2006, and they were approved in New Hampshire, I think, probably
We
about
never
10
had
years
any
before
problem.
that.
Okay.
But I get your point. It is a high groundwater, we're looking for an
Yeah,
offset.
it's just concerning.
And if this weren't a Presby, I'd be more concerned myself.
Well, that was, we had a little discussion on last time, because the civil engineers, like these folks, come in, and they're routinely, they've been asking for an offset from 3 feet to 2 feet. And my question was to them, has there been any studies to see how long they last at a 2-foot thing? And your reply was, I think they hadn't had any failures or something.
We've never had an issue with one.
So, no, that's why we felt pretty much comfortable with doing that type of thing.
All right, before I get in trouble with Brett entertaining the motion too long, I would say I entertain a motion.
You can do it, and I can second.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
I need to stop though, you got it in front of you.
Yeah, right here.
Make an
I
approach,
could have done
make
that.
a motion for 237 to Hadawan Road, Littleton, on the plans dated 3/6/17, for 2 variances. One, the approval is requested from the Littleton Board of Health to allow a reduction in the requisite groundwater offset from 4 feet to 3 feet for the use of a Presby enviroseptic leachate system. And second, to approve under 310 CMR 15 point, I don't have my glasses, I'm gonna guess that 4061.
Here's my
The print's not good either, but.
One eye.
That's what do you have?
15.4051L, I think, to allow the use of a sieve analysis where a percolation test could not be performed due to groundwater interference.
These are purple.
Much more
Second.
stylish.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Thank you.
get your shovel, get out there and get digging.
You gonna trim those, the beer, you gonna,
How's your,
Yeah, no, I decided the first warm day, it's probably gonna be
You may have a
gone.
ways to wait.
I left mine in the
I know.
barn, but I put
Paint
a,
No, I'm not gonna paint.
heating radiator in
good,
it.
and that's nice.
So,
Thank you.
You want this in here, you want us?
You can leave it now, I don't need it.
Well, I saw
If you don't
Jack
have
in
one
the
on the
science
folder,
fair,
you
we didn't even
shouldn't
talk
throw
to
it
him,
in
we
there.
must have ticked him
I
off
was
at the last
reading
Board of Health.
signatures tonight, or-
Jack, Jack,
Is,
Jack the bus driver?
you know if the permit's available, Gina?
did you hear that, Jack?
I saw Jack at the science fair, he wouldn't look at me, I don't know if we ticked him off on his house on
Oh, no.
Boston.
Did you buy it?
No, he was
Jack-
before us, no, I
Jack
live
has-
on, live near
Jack
there,
has
but,
absolutely no hard
If
feelings.
it is ready, you gotta have a check,
Did he sell it?
or you're there, you
Yeah.
gotta pick it up tomorrow.
I live
And
in
I
Wilderness
trust you
Subdivision,
guys,
but
I know in my
Harvey
life,
House.
somebody might be.
Really?
Harvey House.
Oh, you
It's signed.
do?
You can pick it
Oh,
up
you got
tomorrow. It's not a
chickens.
problem.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm up there all the time.
walking your dog.
I tap the trees.
Oh, I'm tapping the ones on my side, so that was you, I
Good,
figured it
I
was the forest
actually,
defender.
oh, so you did tap ones on your side, because
Yeah.
I tapped ones
On the far, on Star
on
Road.
Star Hill,
Yeah.
right, from Neff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let me do that.
She lives on top of Star Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, I'm Brad.
Nice to
Where do
meet
you
you,
live?
Brad.
Harvey House, one
Not
Wilderness.
Peter.
Hello,
Oh,
Pizza.
oh, you bought the one on the left.
Pizza, I
Bless
love
Behind the
you.
fire
I
station,
got your
yeah.
potatoes
Yeah.
down in our
Beautiful
basement.
Oh, do you?
Of course I do,
Oh,
remember?
that's a trick
They
too.
usually put it
Ah,
right here.
better
They
chances
don't-
yours from
nothing
Star Hill.
here.
Gotta be protected.
Like
I'm
here.
actually at the, my driveway's
See,
on
over here looks like a
Padawan,
dollar.
Okay.
but I abut Star Hill like in the
Got
corner.
it.
You got a
Okay.
check with you?
I love your kids
No, I
too.
guess
see
we were
them
hoping
out
it could
there.
get
It's so
signed
cute.
tonight and
Oh,
we'll
I
have-
was the one that was driving
Oh,
to
it
the
is? Okay.
gazebo.
Oh.
I'm in charge of the
Do they-
gazebo. I saw
are
you
there
standing in
any,
your driveway, and I was in a
studies
truck, and I was like
that
driving
have been
to
done
decorate
on
the
how the
gazebo.
Presby
Oh, there's, because somebody else has been
performs
driving in there to
over
play
the
Pokemon.
10 years?
and I
When
finally
Presby
told the
first
guy,
came
I said,
out,
"You can't just
it
drive
was
in here
required
and
to have an
park
annual
it up."
inspection.
That's different than, you know, you had a reason.
I
He just-
assume
every mo-
all
and then
those
he-
went
then he
extremely
was
well
letting
because
the
they
rest of
dropped
the
that
guys
requirement.
on the lawn.
I think
said,
they dropped it
"Not
in,
sure they want you doing that." He goes, well, can't
maybe
walk up from the road. I said,
2011, 2012,
Japanese gentleman?
Yeah,
No.
so.
I'm
All right.
wondering what they dropped
No,
in
but that's why I was
basement. If I
thinking, because
had
there
that,
was one
I'd
guy
feel
who does
better
it every
about
day.
it.
No, she's
Many years
garden
ago,
club.
when I got
Yeah.
appointed.
Garden club, and I
When
decorate
they
the
first came out,
gazebo.
I wasn't
And,
hesitant, just
yeah, we
like
have a lot of our
driving.
meetings.
Miss Maria Davis is
I
husband,
told
he's on the board
Sandy I'm
too,
coming
so-
down to
It
the
was an
garden.
Maria
experimental
Davis?
thing,
Was
you
she in
know,
the garden
the
club?
inspector that had
Oh,
to
yeah, not
go
anymore.
every year,
Yeah.
somebody
Oh,
has
her
to
husband's on the
inspect
board, you
it.
Yeah.
missed
We
it.
never had any problem.
Oh, she's on this board?
No, her husband,
Yeah, a
John
lot
is.
of the
Oh,
times
okay,
though,
yeah, I met
you give a
him.
permit for
I'll
something,
see you
it's the
around
same with everything,
campus.
and then
Yeah, there you
they
go.
say, well, there aren't any problems, but nobody really looks. And I'm
Well,
not
they
saying there are, I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
we
that
get- we
I'm
get-
the kind of person who wants
Nice
to
to meet you.
see it.
Nice to meet you too, and you're Brad?
Yes.
Actually,
Of course
we've
I
had
see
a
that.
problem
I know
with
Gino,
one, and it
I
had
know
nothing to do
Aaron.
with the Presby. It was a
Elaine.
restaurant, and they were,
Her
Oh, they were
sister?
throwing
They're-
stuff
You
down the
signing our
sink.
permit
they
tonight?
loaded it with grease and they used well over their allotted gallons per
I
day.
just hate having,
Seek
I mean,
out.
I understand that sometimes.
You're on TV.
Our garden club,
Right.
we
Right.
enjoy seeing
I
his
mean, the actual
presence.
I told her I gotta come down to the thing.
Should.
Well, the way this
If- when you're
system works, I mean, it
Anyways,
allows so much
thank you
air
for
in,
coming, guys.
Well, thank
because
you.
it's
Yeah.
better than the
Bieber, I
ASM
think the
C33
gentleman from
sand.
Beaverbrook
Described
Road
it
would
one
like to
time.
go.
Okay.
Well, we did the floor plan.
But I
because the
do
assessors
understand
had
the
us
offset,
put together.
you don't.
No, I know you
I
do,
know, you
but-
do.
This is what we're,
But I mean, that's the whole point of using that type of system is to try to keep
You
the
want
height
more
of it and the
maple?
cost
Because-
down,
Assess
Oh,
so.
I can't use all
I
that.
understand that.
I
Okay.
even gave.
'Cause it's not a
Boston
cheaper
Farm
system.
They called this
I
a
mean,
gap.
I understand,
But
we
it
still
pays
have
for
to-
itself
we
with
have
the
to get
groundwater
approval
offset.
For the variance though, so.
I'm boiling Saturday, but I
Approval
can
for the
go away.
use of the groundwater
More than I
offset.
can handle.
Crazy.
Well, you have to get approval for the difference in the height and the
This is the
I-
distance.
Yeah, it's technically not a variance,
I
though.
always
Approve,
have-
but you
Come
can't
on.
approve
With
the
you
septic
It's not.
system.
You need an
That's for a
approval.
four-bedroom.
For the yes.
Suppose it
Well,
was
it's
existing.
What's that?
You need a bunch of eyes
No,
around
the
the table.
variance was for a four-bedroom.
Yes,
You can
thank
call
you.
it, you can call it
That's-
approval if you want.
Yes, that's why we gave you the floor plan, because.
Yeah, I don't see
it
anything
de-
here.
it needs to
Nobody's
be
yelling and
a
screaming about it.
four-bedroom. Because when they first built the house, it was here, that was their bedroom.
Nah, you're behind, but we were
Then
jabbing,
they
that one was
built
your fault, Gino,
from
I'll leave
here
it pass.
to
Wait a
here,
minute, wait a
they
minute.
added two
Like
bedrooms.
3 minutes past.
And then they added another.
We
So that's what this was all about. It's
I hope
okay.
you're not
Should
gonna
be an
make
automatic
any
approval.
complaint.
big,
No,
and the property is so big.
Then, the next
She had a
person's up.
barn or something out there too.
Bye,
somewhere.
young
Oh,
lady.
just,
start.
Mwah.
All right.
Mwah.
Oh, my God. In TV, everybody's gonna say, that guy's, it's gotta be something special. I am special, I'm from Venice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Where are you?
Hearing 16 Beaverbrook Road.
My name is Jack Maloney. I'm from Ducharme and Dillis, and I am here for 16 Beaverbrook Road. We have a septic system up in the backyard. The existing one is in this area here, failed. The homeowner has passed away. They did a Title V, it failed. We went out and did some testing.
Who's the homeowner?
I'm working for the trustee, which her name is Lynn Blood. Lanciani Family Trust.
Oh, Lanciani, Curtis Lanciani, that's, so you're only up there a couple of houses from, 119.
Yeah, correct, probably about 4, maybe.
Yeah.
One of the Fields lives out in the back here.
It may be, but Curtis is a lot older than I am, he's like,
But I'm here before you for a local upgrade approval. It's
You're gonna put a
15,
new septic system, right?
new septic, yes.
has to,
15405, 1I is the sieve analysis. The day that we were out here, we were hit with a mix of snow and rain. The soils were pretty moist. We had a water table, modeling water table at 36 inches. We didn't have any visible water though.
that's all gravel there, isn't it?
No.
No?
Wasn't gravel?
I thought it was.
Sieve analysis came back as a class 2, so we've designed on a 30-minute rate. The house next door has a big raised septic system as well, which was probably done, I don't know, within the last 10 years. So,
You got another copy of
do you want to take a peek?
So Jim's analysis in the end is, since the system is in failure and the soil in the area is not likely to dry for some time, probably uses a sieve analysis in lieu of a perk test for this site. I mean, that's all you're looking for is sieve
That's
analysis.
it, yep.
Go ahead.
That's it.
That's it. Aaron's
Sieve
reviewing.
analysis.
Yeah, let Aaron probably has some questions.
that. Oh, I'm just. I mean, it sounds fine. I was just curious what the,
We're proposing a 2-compartment tank and then 1,500-gallon two-compartment tank and then a 1,000-gallon pump chamber afterwards. Where the system is, it's elevated from the back of the house up to the backyard, 3-4 feet in elevation, and then you'll have a raised system, so nowhere else to go. No wall, nope, it all fits right on the property.
Where are you guys located now, still in here?
Bolton.
You're in Bolton?
Yeah. Dillis and Mish
Yeah,
were
w-
located in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Mike Mish passed away, and Dan Dillis ended up hooking up with Ducharme.
what is it, just, there's bedrock down at, 5 feet?
We had a big boulder or some sort of red bedrock in one end of the one end of the test hole. But as we moved away, and that was in, I think, 317-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is right here. So we dug 3 holes, so we're staying away from that when we're putting it up in the back.
How much land do you have?
Oh, it's yeah, but then, okay.
they're about acre lots there, I think.
Yeah, just about acre, 40,047 square feet.
Comfortable.
Yep, town water,
Where's the water table? I'm sorry. I didn't-
36 inches.
Modeling?
Modeling. We did not have visible water.
Okay.
You happy?
Yeah.
Okay. Entertain a motion? Any other discussion, no? Entertain a motion, yes?
Did he got, Jim didn't have any problems with it,
No,
right?
he doesn't.
Let me see what Jim had to say.
No, I basically said the system's in failure, it's not gonna be dry for some time. All he's
Okay,
looking
yeah.
for is a sieve analysis, so we're better off giving it to him than
Is he
leaving him
asking a
wait.
variance? Is it
A
variance?
local upgrade approval.
Okay.
Just a sieve.
Yeah, there's no variance on it, so. Except for using
We
the
need to give him approval, right?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Okay, make a motion that for 16 Beaverbrook Road on the plans dated 3/15/17, that we, allow a local upgrade approval for
15405-1I.
330 CMR 15401.5I.
405-1I.
405.1I. Use of a sieve analysis versus a perk test.
Okay.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. You too. Sorry, I'm gonna wait too long. It's not my fault.
No? It looked like you were part of that.
These are my pens.
We'll have to go back to the tape, check the tape.
Yeah, or somebody blowing kisses at you.
I know, that's the minutes, those are the minutes that we,
What else you
Is
got?
that going in the minutes?
that's, we have nothing else. Unless we have something like that. That was it?
That was it. Record time, Gina, good job.
Oh, boy.
Who did the second on that?
Well, probably Aaron was faster.
Okay,
No, I think you won.
I heard 2 voices and I wasn't sure.
Thank you, have a good night.
Everybody say good night. Did you get this?
Yeah, Aaron, don't feel bad about asking questions when the
No,
engineer's
no,
here.
No, no, that's fine, yeah.
That's okay.
They all-
I used to ask a lot of questions when I was young.
It's how you learn.
Oh, I don't feel bad. I just, I don't like it when someone evades. That's the problem. But,
That's how you learn. Okay. We leave this over
I
here.
don't think he was evasive, but.
No, that's the way Kurt is.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's
He wasn't
the
being
way-
evasive, that's
that's
just the
the
way
way
he is.
he
He was,
says.
you know.
No, I know.
I don't have anything else.
See, they're doing this stuff all the time and.
No, I know, I realize it.
And it's like,
So we didn't have,
why would someone ask a question like that? Everybody knows it. What's the-
so we didn't have, we got this one, right?
Did you get that one signed?
Yeah, that was signed. All you have to do is pay that.
This one goes with, if that
With what?
is in there, 237 to Hatton.
Okay, right here. Okay. I'll be happy.
Diane, how you doing? You have any questions or anything?
You're
I
not
think
gonna,
I got the names, I
you
think,
got the name and everything?
yeah, I was trying to read them, and I think I got them. Is Dina Flockhart person the clothing bagger?
61 Gilson, yeah.
Okay,
She's the owner.
I think it was 100 years old.
How old is that house? I thought it was,
It's not
Where
that
is
old.
this
They
house?
built
yeah, it
it.
looks like a, I
That's
The
figured
way
it
it
was,
sets way up and back.
it was pretty
It's
new.
hard to see it.
I tried to, I always look for them on Google Earth and it was really hard to
You
find
really
out.
can't see it. It's, pretty much where they have that, Tatooine Road and Howard coming together. There's a point and they got that fixed up little conservation area.
Oh, yeah.
That's across the street up on the hill.
And it's got a
You don't
long,
see
it
it.
has a
You don't
long
see it.
driveway
Right.
in
Yeah,
between
yeah.
two houses, so there's two houses and
There's
then
an
there's a
abandoned house up
driveway.
there, but that's different.
I don't think there's abandoned, that's, there is, isn't
Okay. Well, the abandoned, I know there's an abandoned, that's not it, though, 'cause I've seen it.
No, no.
I know what it is.
I couldn't, it took me forever to find it.
So, we got any more, or
Everything's all done. It says,
Motion to adjourn.
second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That was quick.
Young lady, I.